Well, it's that time of the week again. Punters Inside Run, our drive-through version. And joining me, as always, is the man who's very much in form, is Mick Sharkie. Hey, Shark, how are you?
Oh, very well, Matty. Yeah, finding a couple of winners, finding a few fish at the moment as well, which is good.
It's always a good thing. Now, before we get on to the weekend, we should mention you found Knight's Choice last week at a pretty decent sort of price.
Yeah, sort of anywhere between that $14 and $16 mark was available for Knight's Choice. And yeah, he took that lesser grade form and brought it to the big time with a Group 3 win. So hopefully he's a horse we can see somewhere in the Spring Carnival.
Now, this time of year, all the carnivals are finished. We're right in the guts of July. We've got soft tracks everywhere. It's sort of that flat time in racing before everything ramps up again. So a little bit of trepidation about the weekend. But the main event is at Caulfield, and that's the John Monash, the sprint. Your thoughts on the Caulfield meeting leading into that main race?
It's a tricky one, Matt. There's some races there that your fair income could throw a dart at the form guide and still miss the winner, or have as good a chance of picking the winner, I should say. There's some tough races at Caulfield. So let's just try and isolate. I think there's 3 really good bets on the card there on Saturday at Caulfield. The first of those that Sir John Monash take, we'll start with the better quality race, I guess you could say. Yep. Race 8, number 7, Sweet Ride. This horse has got some really good form around it. It's a San Domenico winner. It beat Best of Bordeaux, Buenos Noches, Natuno, horses like that on that occasion. Ran third to In Secret, who we know is a superstar sprinter. That's really good form for an off-season Group 3. And we're getting double-figure odds to find out. I just think this horse at the trip, soft track, he'll be right behind the speed. I think he's a good each-way bet in the main race.
Yeah, terrific value, isn't it, in the main race, which is a fairly open sort of race. I'm giving MILEVA a chance to make it 2 in a row. It hasn't won since the same race last year, but sort of a similar sort of build up towards it. But I thought Sweet Ride was definitely the value bet in the race. What about some other runners at Caulfield that you're keen on?
I think the 2 best plays, one's sort of early, one's mid. Race 2, ARISTONOUS for Annabelle Neesham. Yes. This horse was going over the jumps in France off some pretty mediocre middle distance form, but Annabelle's so good with these tried European horses. Really good win at Newcastle, first up at its first run in Australia, then went to Randwick last time, was a really, really powerful winner there. Rosehill, rather. Got the job done really well from back in the field. This is a pretty mediocre event. I think he'll continue on his winning way. He's got another grade or 2 in him. I don't know how good ARISTONOUS is, but he's certainly up to this class.
Yeah, benchmark 72 to benchmark 78. I mean, it's not that much of a jump, is it? Do you read much? Josh Parr's down to ride. I mean, surely that's a bit of a pointer as well.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, it's a great pointer. Josh has come down for 2 rides. One of them's MALKOVICH in the Monash and the other's ARISTONOUS. So I think he's probably given up a really strong book overall in Sydney, and he's honed in on these 2, ARISTONOUS and MALKOVICH. I think they've both got great chances.
All right, and your other best bet at Caulfield?
Race 6, number 2, Brigantine. Like it's just so well placed in this race. Like the map pervs out there that like working out which horse is going to get the absolute best run. They'd have a big circle around Brigantine. It's just in the right spot. It's going to land right behind the speed. 1400, great trip for it. I think he'll be winning.
Yeah, I think that horse wins as well. It's just really well placed. Yeah, dual accept that was down to run at Rosehill. That is at Royal Randwick, I should say, but they decided to place this horse here. It looks well placed, and I think it's going to be very hard to beat as well. So we're on the same money at Caulfield. What about up at Royal Randwick? Have you found a couple there?
Yeah, there are a couple of strong bets there. I think race 6, number 5, MUTAMANNI. I love this horse first up at Sandown, his first run in Australia. He didn't disappoint there either. He was $8.50 to $5 and won really well. Didn't have a lot of luck second time out. Sandown Hillside track, got too far back there, but was a drifter in the market. He went to Sydney, drifted in the market again, but came from well off the speed and won at Warwick Farm. That was at 1,600 metres. He's a really strong horse. I think he's going to eat 2,000 metres. I'm really confident that MUTAMANNI goes and wins again. Race 6, number 5. I think we've got to go to race 9. Number 11, Iona Merck. Just a slight slow start last time, cost this horse. The jockey on that occasion copped a lot of stick on social media, but was found she bumped her head actually at the getaway and was slightly concussed in that race. So she did a marvellous job just to ride the race out. So kudos there on that occasion to complete the course. Iona Merck, it's in such good form. I think it makes amends here and gets the job done. And then I reckon there's a really good value bet, Matty. Race 7, number 9, Custodian. Horse with a lot of ability. He's been gelded. He's had 2 quiet trials this time around at a change of stable. He's around that $10 or $12 mark. I think he's a great each-way bet, Custodian.
All right, well, we're on the same money again with MUTAMANNI, and I think Iona Merck is the horse to beat, but I think price-wise, I didn't mind WEWILLROCK to maybe be the one Iona Merck has to chase down.
Absolutely, yeah, a strong chance in that as well. It's a really competitive benchmark 88 sprint, that one. Space Boy's a fast horse. Ruby Tuesday can bob up, particularly fresh in its preparation. Yeah, good race. Fingers crossed, though. Iona Merck's the one.
All right, speaking of Ruby Tuesday, it's time for us to say goodbye.
Indeed. Goodbye to you, Ruby.
Happy punting, mate. As always, look forward to talking to you next week when you've found another long price winner, Custodian. I've just marked that down. Thanks, Shark.
Good on you, Matty. Let's hope he's the one.
And thanks for joining us once again on Punters Inside Run.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.